Hello and welcome everyone. I'm the Upper Down, aka Tud, and today we're going to be continuing our Slay the Spire playthrough. If you've been following along, we have been trying to unlock the Heart. The last character we need to defeat the Floor 3 boss with in order to unlock the Heart is the Defect. So let's go ahead and continue here. Hopefully we will have better luck this time around. Okay. Obtain a random rare card. Enemies in your next 3 combats have 1 HP. Choose a rare card to obtain, but you obtain a curse as a result. Lose your starting relic, obtain a random boss relic. I'm going to go ahead and go with a random rare card here. We've gained All for 1, deals 10 damage for every 0-cost card. So I think the best strategy here would be to collect 0-cost cards. Alright, so let's take a look at our route here. We have 2 fires in the middle. 3 fires just above that. Another one there. Alright, so unfortunately there is no way to get more than 2 fires before the end. Let's go ahead and start off here. On the far right side, that will lead us to a shop. Oh, I apologize, I misremembered. All for 1, deal 10 damage, put all 0-cost cards from your discard into your hand. That is very nice to have. Let's go ahead and remove the enemy in the front. Both of our lightnings only have 1 target to strike. He's used the Lick ability, which has caused Frail, so my blocks will now do slightly less block. However, we will not be needing that this combat. All for 1 should end it. Cool-headed, channel 1 Frost, draw 1 card. Claw is a 0-cost, deal 3 damage, increase the damage of all claw cards by 2 this combat. I think stacking these might actually be the best way to go here. Blizzard, deal 2 damage. Deal damage equal to 2 times the number of frost channeled this combat to all enemies. That can be quite powerful, but I think our strategy is Claw here. Let's pop into the shop and see what is available. We have FTL, deal 5 damage if you have played less than 3 cards this turn, draw 1 card. We have Deep Breath, shuffle your discard pile into your draw and draw 1 card. Unfortunately, I cannot get this card. Every time you play 5 cards in a single turn, deal 10 damage to all enemies. That would be a very powerful pickup with a 0-cost deck. Let us go ahead and pick up FTL here. Having some damage at 0 cost is never a bad thing. Let's pop into this question mark here. Wing Statue. Among the stone and boulders, you notice an intricate large blue statue resembling a wing. You find gold spilling from its cracks. Maybe there is more inside. You can remove a card from your deck and lose 7 health, or gain 50 to 80 gold. Well, we don't have any cards in our deck at the moment that we want to remove, so let's go ahead and gain the gold. We are now at 96 gold. With all your might, you hack away at the statue. It soon crumbles, revealing a pile of gold. You grab as much as you can, and continue onwards. Alright, let's go ahead into the next question mark here. The Serpent. You walk into a room to find a large hole in the ground. As you approach the hole, an enormous serpent creature appears from within. Hello. What have we got here? Hello, adventurer. I ask a simple question. The most fulfilling of lives is that in which you can buy anything. Do you agree? If we agree, we gain 175 gold but become cursed with doubt. Doubt is unplayable, and at the end of the turn that it is in your hand, you will gain 1 week. 175 gold this early on? I think we take it. Yes. This will all be worth it. Alright. The serpent rears its head and blasts a stream of gold upwards. It is amazing and terrifyingly simultaneously. You gather all the gold, thank the snake, and get going. Into our next question mark here. Bonfire spirits. You happen upon a group of what looks like purple fire spirits dancing around a large bonfire. The spirits toss small bones and fragments into the fire, which brilliantly erupts each time. As you approach, the spirits all turn to you expectantly. Receive a reward based on the offer. Now, this could be an opportunity to get rid of doubt. However, I believe if you give them a curse card, you will get something worse back in return. So we are simply going to get rid of a strike here. You toss an offering into the bonfire. Nothing happens. The spirits seem to be ignoring you now. Disappointing. Let's pop into the bonfire here and see what we can upgrade. So if we were to upgrade FTL, it would do 6 damage, and if you have played less than 4 cards, so if you happen to play 1 additional card before FTL, it will still trigger. Claw, we can deal 5 damage and increase the damage of all claw cards by 2, so that will give us a slight boost. Deal 14 damage on All for One. Dual Cast would now cost 0, that would play into our All for One ability here. Zap would now cost 0. Let's go ahead and get Zap to a 0 cost. Let's go ahead and go with the... If I decided to go with the boss here, mini-boss rather, I would then have access to this fire here. Let's go ahead and do it. The mini-bosses are not necessarily too difficult on the first floor. Build up our claw ability a little bit. Let's go ahead and throw out a strike, and then All for One to bring our hand back to us. Channel another lightning into claw. We have the boss at less than half health here. 24 damage. Alright, so let's go ahead and throw out a strike and FTL. Into another strike. Block a little bit of this. Yes, it will increase the damage that I would potentially receive, but it is worth it in the long run. And claw to finish it. We've gained Bag of Preparation. At the start of each combat, draw 2 additional cards. Steam Barrier is a 0 cost, gain 6 block, decrease this card's block by 1. Having another 0 cost card, especially one that gives block, would not be a bad idea. Let's go ahead and pick that up. And now, what can we upgrade? Let's go ahead and upgrade Dual Cast to make it a 0 cost card. Voodoo Doll. For each curse in your deck, start each combat with 1 strength. We currently have 1 curse in the deck, so that will benefit us. Into the next monster fight here. We have quite a bit of gold built up, so we could stop by the shop. Let's go ahead and throw out FTL here. I could use Dual Cast. This would evoke my lightning orb here. We have 12 health remaining on the enemy here. No attack coming at us this turn, so we don't need to worry about using any sort of defense. All for one. And let's FTL once again. Snecko Oil, draw 5 cards and randomize their cost. That is not beneficial to us, I don't think. Genetic Algorithm. Or Capacitor, to gain 2 additional orb slots. Let's go ahead and pick up Genetic Algorithm here. It is still early. Having that card early on could greatly help our chances at making it to the end. Let's go ahead and see what the shop has to offer here. Another all-for-one. I see a lot of potential there. Hypothesis, upgrade all your cards for the rest of combat. Whenever you play a power card, a random card in your hand costs 0 that turn. Whenever you rest, heal an additional 15 health, and the effect of your cost X cards are increased by 2. Swift Strike might be a good pickup here as a 0-cost card that deals 7 damage. Let's go ahead and pick that up. We now have 220 gold remaining. Hypothesis wouldn't be a bad card to have. I'm also thinking Self-Repair might be a good idea. Let's go ahead and pick up All for One. Having an additional copy of that in the deck would not be a bad idea. And we'll go ahead and call it there, and move on to the next room. A combat here, 43 health on the enemy, 11 damage coming our way. Let's go ahead and play Genetic Algorithm here, that will permanently boost its damage. Throw out Claw, All for One, into another Claw. Let's go ahead and use Snecko Oil here. Perhaps we'll draw something good. Steam Barrier. I will take it. Throw out a couple of Defends, and another All for One. We get all of those cards back. And now we win. 3 damage on the lightning, we take none. Gambler's Brew. Discard any number of cards, then draw that many. Charge Battery here, gain 7 block, next turn gain 1 mana. Another Steam Barrier. 6 block, 0 cost. I'm going to go ahead and pick up Charge Battery here for the additional mana on the following turn. Into the next question mark room. Golden Shrine. Before you lies an elaborate shrine to an ancient spirit. Gain 100 gold, or gain 250 gold and become cursed with regret. At the end of your turn, lose health equal to the number of cards in your hand. That card can be quite dangerous, but it will give us 1 additional strength for the Voodoo Doll. So let's go ahead and do it. Each time you strike the shrine, gold pours forth again and again. As you pocket the riches, something weighs heavily on you. Alright, we have drawn Doubt here. 12 damage coming this way. Let's go ahead and throw some block on. Being extra careful here because health is almost at half. Zap into a Claw. Only 3 block available to us from Defend. Unfortunately, we will have to take the damage here. Down to 38 health. And Regret will not take any health from us because, well, one, but no additional health from us because we do not have any other cards in our hand. Unfortunately, we did take a little bit of damage there. Go ahead and double cast our front orb, and that will end the combat. Swift Potion to draw 3 cards. We have Storm here to channel Lightning, Sunder to deal damage, and if it kills an enemy, you gain 3 mana from it. I think it's worth picking up Sunder, given the damage output and the chance to regain mana as a result. Let's go ahead and Smith here. What can we get upgraded? 32 damage on Sunder. Increases block by 3 instead of 2 every time it's used. 10 block instead of 7. 10 damage on Swift Strike instead of 7. 14 instead of 10. Let's go ahead and upgrade Sunder. I don't anticipate too great of a problem on the first boss here. Let's go ahead and throw a Zap into a Storm. Well, I suppose I should play that afterwards. Go ahead and play a Charge Battery here. Swift Strike into All for One. Let's do another Zap. We will go ahead and discard Regret, so that way we do not take the health damage at the end of the turn. Unfortunately, I am out of mana now, so we will end the turn. He's gained the 3 thorns, so we will now take 3 damage every time we attack. Let's put on a couple of defends here. Channel another Lightning. Use Steam Barrier here to well, we've already played 5 cards, so FTL will not trigger the draw effect. Let's go ahead and draw more cards here. We've gained a Claw. Unfortunately, no block cards, but that's fine. We will take 6 damage here. Channel another Zap. Let's go ahead and use All for One. Do another. I just shuffled my discard into the draw pile. Alright, we might be in trouble here. Down to 13 health. Let's go ahead and do a Charge Battery here. Yes, I believe this is the end of this run. Alright. We will have to try this one more time now. Alright. Let's go ahead and obtain a random rare card once again. Biased Cognition. That is not one of my favorites. I will gain 4 focus initially, which will increase the damage output of my orbs, but it will go away 1 at a time and it can go negative. Alright, looks like far left might be the best path for fires. There are 2 of them available. 3. Yes, so I think we will stick to the far left here. Might as well go ahead and use biased cognition. We'll go ahead and play our defend, since that's all we have access to at the moment. And now our lightning will do 7 damage this turn, followed by 6 the next turn. Let's channel another zap. If luck is on my side, I will be able to take down the enemy in the front. Unfortunately it was not, so I will be taking 10 damage to the base. Channel another lightning here. Let's not take any chances. Alright, cool-headed for 1 frost and draw a card. Ball lightning for 7 damage and 1 lightning. And leap for 9 block. Let's go ahead and pick up ball lightning here to get the extra lightning channel. Alright, let's go ahead and use biased cognition. We'll try to defend as best we can and use ball lightning to channel an additional lightning here. 14 damage this turn from lightning. Channel 1 more. And that will be the end of this combat. Charge battery, 7 block. Next turn gain 1 mana. Meteor Strike. Costs 5, but you get 24 damage and 3 plasma out of it. Cold Snap for 6 damage, 1 frost. Let's go ahead and pick up Charge Battery. The Serpent, once again. Let's go ahead and gain the gold, become Cursed with Doubt. We will go into Biased Cognition and a double defend here. Unfortunately, we will take 1 damage from this. Alright, 6 damage. Let's channel another lightning. Defend and try to remove the enemy in the back. And we should have this next turn. Another charge battery wouldn't hurt. Thread and Needle. Start each combat with 4 plated armor. Plated armor will automatically grant armor to the character at the end of their turn. Let's go ahead and smith here. We could gain 10 block on charge battery. We could gain 5 focus instead of 4 on biased cognition. Making zap a 0 cost. I think that's always the best decision. Let me take a look at ball lightning here. Increases its damage from 7 to 10. Yes, let's go ahead and increase our zap potential to make it 0 cost. 2 enemies here on death. They curse you with 2 vulnerable. Let's go ahead and give ourselves 1 mana next turn. Try to take out the enemy in the front as best we can. They've each gained 3 strength and are looking to do 9 damage apiece. We will gain 4 armor at the end of the turn. We have enough mana to take out the enemy in the front. and block all of the damage from the enemy in the back. Another 13 damage here. Defragment. Gain 1 focus. That is a permanent. Do not have to worry about losing any focus from playing this card. And Eco Form. The first card you play each turn is played twice. That is a very nice card to have. I always love picking that up when I can. Comparing that to Defragment, though, that would help counteract the effects of Biased Cognition. I am going to go ahead and pick up Defragment here. Eco Form is nice to have, but it is also difficult to play, given its cost. Living Wall. As you come to a dead end and begin to turn around, walls slam down from the ceiling, trapping you. 3 faces materialize from the walls and speak. Forget what you know, and I'll let you go. I require change to see a new space. If you want to pass me, then you must grow. Remove a card, transform a card, or upgrade a card. I always go with the free upgrade here. If we upgrade Defragment, it will now give us 2 focus instead of 1. Satisfied, the walls in front of you merge back into the ceiling, leaving a path forward. Mummified Hand. Whenever you play a power card, a random card in your hand costs 0 that turn. Very nice, because we already have 2 power cards in the deck. Let's go ahead and smith a card here. Why not? Let's upgrade Biased Cognition to give us 5 focus instead of 4, since we are working on the power card strat. Into the shop we go. What do we have access to here? The loop power at the start of your turn. Trigger the passive ability of your next orb. That is the only power card we have at the moment. Looking at cards in our deck, we do have a Doubt. Would be nice to remove that. Upon pickup, obtain an additional copy of a card in your deck. That is a powerful bonus to have. We could do Biased Cognition, or we could do Defragment. Defragment comes with the least number of side effects, so I think that might be the best way to go here. Let's go ahead and do that. Defragment. And it's already upgraded, so that helps us out a lot. Let's go ahead and use the card removal service to get rid of Doubt. That leaves us with 115 gold. Enlightenment would reduce the cost of all cards in your hand to 1 this turn. Definitely beneficial. I'm going to go ahead and pick up Loop, as it is a power that works with Mummified Hand, and it will help us with our orbs. We have now 39 gold remaining, nothing left we can afford. Let's move on to the next bonfire here and smith. If we upgrade Loop, it will trigger the passive ability of the next 2 orbs instead of 1. So we will get an extra effect there. Let's go ahead on to the next fight. If we can avoid taking too much damage in the next couple of fights. Ooh, 16 damage. We will block that fully. Now at the start of my turn, my orb will go ahead and trigger, dealing damage. Let's go ahead and play Zap into Defragment, which will make our other Defragment a 0 cost. Fantastic. Strike is now free as well. And we are now doing 7 damage with every lightning strike. Biased Cognition to make something free in our hand. And it has affected Strike. Fantastic. We have taken out the slime before he could split. We have another Defragment. I like the way this is going. Let's go ahead and pick that up. You enter a corridor full of hypnotizing colored mushrooms. Due to your lack of specialization in mycology, you are unable to identify the specimens. You want to escape, but feel oddly compelled to eat a mushroom. You could stomp, which would anger the mushrooms, or eat a mushroom and heal for 18 health. This would put a parasite in the deck. Unplayable. If transformed or removed from your deck, you lose 3 max health. I'm going to go ahead and stomp to anger the mushrooms. Ambushed. Rodents infested by the mushrooms appear out of nowhere. Only option is to fight. All 3 enemies are going to attack on the first turn here for 6 damage apiece. Let's go ahead and use Defragment here, which will make our other Defragment a 0 cost. Now our strike is free as well. Unfortunately, we did not get the same target for each of our lightnings. So we will take quite a bit of damage here. That puts us down almost to half health. Let's go ahead and use Biased Cognition for the extra focus. Throw a block in there. I do not have enough strength to take out any of them with just a strike that would be attacking me. We have 12 damage from each of our orbs here. Well, let's go ahead and roll the dice and hope that our lightning strikes one in the back. Oh, 1 health remaining. We will be taking 6 damage here. Defragments, of course. Go ahead and play Charge Battery here and Loop. That will make our other Charge Battery free and allow us to channel another lightning. Alright. Odd Mushroom. When vulnerable, take 25% more attack damage rather than 50%. So this will buff us, allowing us to take less damage from enemies when we are vulnerable. Double Energy. That is a very nice card to have, especially considering we're starting to see some more expensive cards. Let's go ahead and pick that up. Let's go into the bonfire here and upgrade it. That will make it a 0 cost, drastically increasing the amount of energy we will have access to. Only 1 card left I am looking to add to my deck. If I play Double Energy here, it will exhaust. However, I will be able to play everything else in my hand. I will go ahead and sacrifice the opportunity to do that, simply to keep the card in rotation in my deck. $32 damage incoming here. Let's go ahead and play Defragments and Thorns. Another Defragment here so we can make everything free. We have gained 9 block due to our plated armor, and the lightning effect was enough to take him out of his attack phase. Let's go ahead and play another Defragments into Loop, and we shall prepare for the next turn. $9 damage coming our way. We have blocked the full amount with Thorns, dealing 3 damage back. Let's go ahead and use Biased Cognition here. That has made our strike a 0 cost. Unfortunately, we will be taking a little bit of damage here. It is unavoidable. 33 health remaining. Let's go ahead and use our charge batteries here for additional mana next turn. We are looking at 20 damage coming our way. We will now block the full amount of that. And our lightning doing its job. we should be able to end this now with our lightning. And yes, this is the card that I was hoping to pick up. Now that we have double our energy, Eco Form is much more obtainable. Remove all of your orbs, gain mana, and draw one card for each orb removed. That is not necessarily the best card to pick up here. Rainbow will channel one of everything. Let's go ahead and pick up Eco Form. That is the best of what we had to work with there. Empty Cage. Upon pickup, remove 2 cards from your deck. And Sozu. Gain mana at the start of your turn. You can no longer obtain potions. Coffee Dripper. Gain mana at the start of your turn. You can no longer rest at rest sites. Is there anything we wish to remove from the deck? I don't believe so. So we will simply skip this. Alright, let's take a look at the route here. Where are the most fires? I'm thinking the far right path might be the best option. Yes, it appears it has access to the most amount of fires with the least amount of dangerous tier 3 bosses. Or I'm sorry, tier 2. We are only on the 2nd floor. So I'm going to go ahead and go down the far right path. We have an enemy here with 40 armor and 20 health. Let's go ahead and use Charge Battery. And we will do a double strike. No need to worry about defending this turn, as there is no damage coming our way. He will, however, double his armor. He is now at 50. Okay, we have gained Eco Form. We do not have any form of blocking card, so we will go ahead and use our potion here to try to get the most out of this. Bias Cognition is now free as well. Ball Lightning is free. We will get to play our entire hand this turn. 10 damage. We have effectively removed more than half of his block. Channel another lightning here, which will go off twice. Defragments, and this is over. Heat Sinks is a power. Whenever you play a power card, draw 2 cards. Hologram, gain 5 block, put a card from your discard pile into your hand. I think Heat Sinks might be the way to go here. Having some additional draw would help with all the extra mana that we have. Fleeting Vagrant. While sneaking past a group of shrouded figures, one of them approaches you. Got anything for me, friend? Please, maybe some coin? I just need somewhere to stay. I have treasures I can trade. He seems delusional, but harmless. You can pay 85 gold to obtain a relic, or steal it, but obtain shame. I'm going to go ahead and pay for the relic here. We don't have any shops on our immediate focus. We have gained the Strawberry. Upon pickup, raise your max health by 7. Into the next fight here, we have 2 thieves. 45 health and 52 health respectively, looking at 10 damage here. Let's go ahead and channel an additional lightning here, and we will throw out another strike. Unfortunately, we do not have anything to buff our lightning or increase our block, so we will take 9 damage here. Let's see, we have 4 mana. Everything in our hand that costs anything can be played. Let's go ahead and play Loop. Charge Battery and try to take out the enemy in the front as quick as possible. Down to 14 health and 40 health respectively. Another 10 damage we'll be taking here. Let's go ahead and play Heat Sinks. That will play into our powers here. Bias Cognition is now free. Let's go ahead and play a Defend here. That will give us a 50-50 chance to get Eco Form at a 0 cost. Unfortunately, we have not succeeded at doing that. And Eco Form, as it is not upgraded, will now be exhausted. I will not have access to it for the remainder of this combat. However, I don't think I will need it. Darkness, Channel 1 Dark. Sweeping Beam, deal 6 damage to all enemies and draw a card. Genetic Algorithm, gain 1 block, permanently increase this card's block by 2. Let's go ahead and pick up Sweeping Beam here. If we were still on the first floor, I would definitely take Genetic Algorithm, but Sweeping Beam for the card draw is much more important at this stage. In the next room here, we have entered the Joust. As you make your way through the large buildings, you come across a long, narrow bridge and spot knights on either side, facing one another. You approach. Halt! A knight forcefully gestures you to stop with its giant lance. Today is the day I must settle the score with the murderer of my beloved pet Noodles. Until then, you may not pass. Fellow witness, why don't you bet on who you think will emerge victorious? We have 70% chance to win 100 gold or a 30% chance to win 250. Will cost 50 gold regardless. Let's go ahead and bet on the higher odds here. I can't believe you're betting against Noodles. Furious, he clamps down his helmet and rushes towards his nemesis. The owner died. You win the bet. Unsure what to think, you grab your winnings and leave. Into the next question mark room, it is a combat. Enemy in the front is rather strong, enemy in the back is a healer. Let's go ahead and play Zap here into Bias Cognition, making our Channel Lightning a 0 cost. Try to take out the healer in the back first, most times. We have now 12 plus 4, 16 block. Enemy in the back has now increased their strength. Let's go ahead and increase our focus. Apply some block here that will block all the incoming damage, and we have removed the healer in the back. Alright, we now have the opportunity to play Eco Form here. I'm going to go ahead and double my energy into Eco Form. And let's go ahead and dual cast our front orb. Front enemy will deal a little bit of damage here, but down to 11 health. Defragment goes off twice. Power Potion. Choose one of 3 random power cards to add to your hand and it costs 0. That is wonderful, it plays well into our current strategy. We have Tempest, Channel X, Lightning, however much mana you choose to spend on the card. Let's actually go ahead and pick that up. That plays in well with our mana doubling card. Let me take a look at the map again here. We have a shop coming up. We will have access to another fire here. Let's go ahead and use this one to smith. We can upgrade Eco Form to not be ethereal, meaning it will not be deleted from the game every time it is not played in a combat. We have Tempest here. We could increase the amount of lightning generated by 1. Defragment we could increase to a +2. Yes, let's go ahead and take Eco Form up to its upgraded form. Into the shop here. What do we have access to? Start each combat with an additional mana. I think that is what we're going to pick up. Start each combat with 1 strength. When viewing your draw pile, the cards are now shown in order. Yes, there are some interesting cards here to choose from, but we will pick Lantern. Having that additional mana at the start of the turn will greatly increase our chance of success. Alright, we have 2 enemies here. First one has plated armor like me and 14 block to start. So let's go ahead and play Defragment. That will make dual cast a 0 cost. Unfortunately, we do not have any block. Let's go ahead and drink a power potion. At the start of your turn, add a random power card into your hand. Why not? That will now make strike a 0 cost. Let's go ahead and play Tempest here. Actually, I think playing dual cast first would be better. Let's do that. Now we shall play Tempest. We get 3 of 5 damage orbs, which will now each go off. We've taken out the enemy in the back. Unfortunately, we have gained vulnerable. We will take some damage here. 22 damage from the enemy in the front. Let's go ahead and double our energy into capacitor. Defragment. Sweeping beam. Alright. We have effectively avoided all the damage that would be dealt by this enemy. We have, however, gained Frail. We will gain less block from future plays. Heat Sinks. That will allow us to draw cards every time we play a power card. Into Biased Cognition here. Let's go ahead and play Eco Form. Get some lightning going. Unfortunately, we will be taking a little bit of damage here. 4 to be exact. He has healed himself by 4. Let's go ahead and play a loop, which will go off twice now. Channel a lightning. Defragment and Biased Cognition. Buffer, why not? And this battle is over. Double energy again. Having another one of these in the deck would actually be beneficial, now that we're starting to pick up more powerful cards. We've gained Bottled Lightning. Upon pickup, choose a skill. Start each combat with this card in your hand. So, let's take a look at these skills here that we have access to. Double Energy is a skill, so we could start the combat with that. I like the sound of that. Let's go ahead and do that. Into our next combat here. We have 30 health remaining. I won't be needing double energy this turn, but that's fine. We still have 1 more in the deck to work with. Cards have now been randomized. Their costs anyway. Eco Form is a 0 cost, that is fantastic. Biased Cognition is also a 0 cost. Alright, no damage received this turn. We've effectively blocked it all. We have gained Vulnerable though, and are looking at 10 damage potentially here. Let's go ahead and double our energy, which will go off twice, giving us 16. That will channel 16 lightning. Let's see what happens when we play Tempest with 16 mana. That ends the combat. We have Cool-Headed. Channel 1 Frost. Draw 2 cards. Deal 6 damage for each channeled orb, and recursion. Evoke the next orb and channel it again. Looking at the cards that we have the opportunity to play here, I'm thinking Cool-Headed would be the best option, having that additional draw at a low cost. Let's go ahead and go into the Fire here and rest. That puts us at 54 out of 82. Into the next room here, we get the Augmenter. A man with an eye patch and a devilish grin strides up to you. Hey there, stranger. Interested in advancing science? I can make you stronger than any training or blessing. You're gonna need it if one of those heroes has a death. If you're one of those heroes with a death wish. God, words are hard. What do you say? You can get Jaxed. You would lose 3 health but gain 2 strength every time you play one of those cards. Transform 2 cards or obtain a special relic. Starting each combat with 3 strength, at the end of your first turn you lose 3 strength. That is a difficult card, a difficult relic to pick. Transforming 2 cards, though, would potentially be detrimental to us, given what we have at the moment. Let's go ahead and transform a strength card. Two strength cards. We've got Seek and White Noise, both of which are actually very good cards to have. Superb. The man injects you with 3 unknown substances and pulls out a notepad. As you begin to feel lightheaded, he starts to frantically write down notes, losing track of time completely. By the time you regain your senses, the shady character has disappeared. Alright, let's go ahead and go into the next fight here. Fighting the plant. He is not going to attack me on this first turn. Let's go ahead and play Defragment. Unfortunately, that did not make Eco Form a no-cost card as I was hoping it would, but we will not need to worry about that. So I'll go ahead and play Eco Form. Since it is a power card, we can access everything else in our hand. Add a random power card into your hand. It costs 0 this turn. Ooh, Electrodynamics. Lightning now hits all enemies. Channel 2 Lightning. We will end the turn here with 3 Lightning. Let's go ahead and play Heat Sinks. Actually, let's play Zap first. That will go off twice. I could have played Tempest there, but opted instead to get the power card going. Alright. Double cast. And that will end the combat. Sweeping Beam to get 1 extra draw, or Ball Lightning to get 1 extra lightning. We'll go ahead and pick up Sweeping Beam here. We have very little mana issues, so better to have more cards than less. Go ahead and play Heat Sinks here. That will allow us to use Sweeping Beam at no charge, 6 damage to all enemies. Channel a Zap. Let's go ahead and use Seek here. Could pull out Eco Form, but instead I think I'm going to pull out a Tempest. Then we can double our mana and get some real benefit out of this. We will take a little bit of damage here, but worth it for the end result. We have Defragment. We have gained Eco Form, but not the mana to play it, unfortunately. Let's go ahead and play Cool-Headed to draw 2 cards. Another Defragment and double energy. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and... Well, actually, if we play that, it will cost 1. It will give us 1, and we will be back where we started. Let's go ahead and play Defragment instead. Double energy is now a 0 cost, but that won't benefit us. Let's go ahead and play a charge battery here to get some extra mana on the next turn, and we will end with that. Let's go ahead and play another defragment here. That will give us access to biased cognition, as well as loop. We are adding quite a few dazed cards into our deck, but that should be fine. Shouldn't have to worry about damage for the near future. Having 11 frost should block pretty much everything. Let's go ahead and double our energy here into eco form. Play our first sweeping beam and our second, and that will end the fight. Gained an ancient potion to gain an artifact. We have upgraded claw for 5 damage, 0 cost, ball lightning for 7 damage, 1 lightning, and steam barrier for 6 block. Let's go ahead and pick up steam barrier here. I don't have a whole lot of block cards, and I do foresee that being an issue later on. I could heal here, or I could upgrade Seek to draw 2 cards instead of 1, or upgrade my other double energy here to have it cost 0. Tough decision. I think I can survive with 48 health here in this second tier boss fight. Let's go ahead and upgrade Seek to pull an additional card. The more draw, the better. Alright, starting out with double energy here. Why not? We will use Sweeping Beam here to draw Eco Form. Fantastic. That makes Biased Cognition cost 0. Into White Noise for the random power card. Electrodynamics, why not? And might as well use the Artifact Potion here. Will not need the Defend this turn. Our lightning will now strike all enemies, which is fantastic because this is a minion fight. Let's go ahead and use Zap, which will go off twice. Let's go ahead and use Defragment. I'm going to avoid using Tempest here. I know it would be beneficial for sure, but I definitely want to get it at its fullest power, and I see that being better later on. Don't have to worry about any damage here due to the AoE effect of my lightning now. Let's go ahead and play Loop. That will go off twice, causing 2 of our cards to cost 0. Go ahead and use our Strike. Unfortunately, we will be taking 10 damage here. We have 4 mana to work with. Let's go ahead and use Seek. We can pull Heat Sink and Defragment out. Actually, I have a better idea. Unfortunately, once a card has been played, it does not seem I can do anything about it. But that's fine, we'll go ahead and play Heat Sinks here, making Sweeping Beam cost 0, Defragment to make Defend cost 0. Let's draw an additional card here. Zap is free, of course. Cool-headed, we'll channel 1 Frost and draw 2 cards. We have double energy. Unfortunately, it is not the good one. It does have a charge. Let's go ahead and channel another lightning. We have one frost now, so we will generate a little bit of defense going forward. And let's just play Tempest, because why not? We have survived the second floor. We've gained liquid bronze for 3 thorns. Machine learning. At the start of your turn, draw 1 additional card. Thunder Strike. Deal 7 damage to a random enemy for each lightning channeled. That is actually beneficial given the cards we have at the moment, but its cost being 3 is a little high. I'd rather have machine learning for the additional draw. Let's go ahead and pick that up. In the chest here, we have access to Sacred Bark, double the effectiveness of potions. Astrolabe, upon pickup, transform 3 cards, then upgrade them. And Nuclear Battery, at the start of each combat, channel 1 Plasma. Plasma will give 1 mana when it is evoked. That is a tough decision, honestly, between Nuclear Battery and Sacred Bark, having that additional mana, but having the effectiveness of potions. Let's go ahead and pick up Nuclear Battery here just to have that additional mana. And on to Act 3. Looking at our options here, we have a couple of fires across the middle. We also have a shop here that we would have access to. I think the best option is going to be down this far left side, up into the fire chest, and then the shop. Alright, we have 5 mana to start. Let's go ahead and start off with Heat Sinks here. Into White Noise for yet another Heat Sinks at no cost. We can now do double energy, because I have a feeling I'm going to draw something worth having. I did not. Very unfortunate. Well, I will at least avoid taking any damage. Let's go ahead and play Defragment for the additional focus. We will now draw 3 more cards. If I played double energy here, it would cost 1, double my remaining energy up to 4, so that is a net benefit. Let's go ahead and play Eco Form here. We have Biased Cognition, costs 0. Let's go ahead and play yet another Defragment. Cool-Headed will now cost 0, channel 1 Frost, and draw 2 cards. We do definitely need some more defense. If we play Cool-Headed here, we will gain 2 mana. Wonderful. Let's go ahead and fire off. If we choose to play Tempest here, that would channel 2 lightning, pushing both of these lightning out. That ought to be enough to end the combat. Or perhaps I will be a little short. That will be 22 damage. Yes, I will be 1 short. We have blocked all of the damage, though. Nothing to be concerned about there. Let's play Defragment here. That will go off twice. Simply trying to draw something that might do some damage. Ball Lightning, fantastic. We end the combat without any damage taken. Chaos, channel 2 random orbs. FTL, if you have played less than 3 cards this turn, draw 1 card. Nice to have when you don't have a lot of cards in your deck that draw. Unfortunately, I do. I am instead going to pick Chaos. Let's roll the dice. Alright, so we start off with both of our double energies, and machine learning. Unfortunately, I don't think we will have a need for those yet. Luckily, double energy has now become a 0 cost. That's fantastic. Go ahead and play biased cognition here. Alright, so that will leave us with $16. That will be enough to block all of the incoming damage, so we are good there. We are also doing 3 damage back to each enemy when attacked. We have gained Defragment as well as Seek. Let's go ahead and use Seek here to pull a couple more powers out. We definitely want Heat Sinks. I'm going to be playing that card first. And I'm thinking White Noise might also be a good pick, having a random power card. It's between that and Defragment. Let's go ahead and go with Defragment here, at least that way you know what you're getting. Alright, let the draw begin. Defragments. We gain Chain Charge Battery at no cost. Let's go ahead and play White Noise here to get the power card. We've now made Strike no cost. Let's do Sweeping Beam to draw a card. We've drawn Chaos. Not a lot of damage to be concerned about here. We will fully block everything at the end of the turn, regardless. $9 damage. We have gained another Defragment. That is now a 0 cost. Charge Battery is now also a 0 cost. Let's do Zap. Into Tempest. Alright, 7 damage here. Draw a couple more cards. No need to really worry about block here. Alright. Ended the battle without taking any damage. Could pick up another Chaos here to channel 2 more random orbs. Cool-Headed for more draw. Ball Lightning for damage and lightning channeling. Alright, let's go ahead and pick up Cool-Headed here for the additional draw and frost. That stacks well with our focus generating abilities. Alright. This enemy will randomly change attack when it is dealt damage. Let's go ahead and start off with Machine Learning here. That will make White Noise a 0 cost into a 0 cost Eco Form. Very fortunate. Let's go ahead and play Double Energy first, just in case Cool-Headed gives me something worth having. Unfortunately, it did not. It was a gamble that failed. Let's go ahead and play Charge Battery here for next turn. And the additional block couldn't hurt. We will fully block all incoming damage this turn. 21 damage. Now, the first card we play each turn will be doubled, so let's go ahead and play Eco Form. Now we have 3 turns, 3 first cards each turn that will be doubled. Let's go ahead and play Loop here, which will now also double. Into a free Sweeping Beam, which will now also double. Let's go ahead and play Chaos. That will give us 2 mana from using the Plasma to channel yet another lightning. Let's go ahead and add some more block here. 21 damage again. We will block almost all of that. Alright, first 4 cards this turn will be doubled. Seems like a great opportunity to play Tempest. However, there are other options I wish to focus on first. Into Defragment. Let's double that. Yet another fragment at no cost. We now have 16 focus. And the last card I play this turn will double as well. So if we play Tempest, I will get 1 lightning channeled for each, or I can play Zap at no cost and get 1 lightning as well. Let's go ahead and play Zap. And defend. We have 1 mana remaining. That would be, in my opinion, a waste of the use of Tempest. However, it would do 24 damage. Well, let's go ahead and do that just to get the additional damage. The enemy is now down to 20 health. I have taken 2 damage. And the battle is over. We have a Capacitor for 2 additional orb slots. Multicast to evoke the next orb however many times depending on the mana, and Darkness, channel 1 Darkness. Trigger the passive ability of all dark orbs. The passive ability, I believe, is to increase the amount of damage that they would do. Let's go ahead and pick up Capacitor here for the additional 2 orb slots. That is the way this playthrough seems to be going. Tomb of Lord Redmask. A highly ornamented tomb can be seen on the other side of a floating path. Upon reaching the tomb, you notice a slot for gold coins with a scratched out inscription above it. Unfortunately, for the first option, you would need the red mask. You can lose all of your gold to obtain a relic, or you can simply leave. Given the cost of this shrine here, and the fact that we have a shop coming up, I am actually going to pass. Let's move on to the next room here. We have a fight ahead of us. Let's go ahead and double our energy into a sweeping beam. Oh, actually, let me defragment. I think it's better to sweeping beam first in case I draw something expensive. I did not. Defragment to make that no cost. I don't remember if lightning will lower his damage from attacks, so let's go ahead and play Steam Barrier just in case. It does. Fantastic. We have fully blocked all incoming damage. Let's go ahead and play Heat Sinks here for the chance to reduce Eco Form to 0. It did not succeed, however that is fine, we can still play our whole hand. We will fully block this damage as well. $50 incoming damage here. Let's go ahead and play Machine Learning. At the start of your turn, draw 1 additional card. That will go off twice. Biased Cognition. That will also go off twice. Oh, I apologize. I do not have 2 Eco Forms on, so it will only go off once. Let's go ahead and play Double Energy here. That will now allow us to use Tempest 4 times, which will give us 2 additional mana from evoking a Plasma. Let's go ahead and play the 0-cost Cool-Headed to channel 1 more Frost, and increase our slots by 2. We now have access to a Defragment as well, into a Charge Battery. I don't think I have anything else. Ooh, Seek. Okay, we could potentially make use of that. Unfortunately, I do not have any more space in my hand, so let me clear up some space here. Channel 1 Frost, draw 2 cards. We have in our draw pile here a 0-cost Zap card that we could make use of. Let's go ahead and play another Zap. No real need to play Steam Barrier here. He will do 0 damage due to damage I have dealt to him this turn. Let's go and play Sweeping Beam here. Charge Battery. We will gain so much block this turn, I don't think this will be much of an issue. We have 22 coming from Frost, 14 currently equipped. That puts us at 36 plus 4. Okay, let's go ahead and play Cool-Headed anyway, just to have that additional block. We have Zap as well. $14 damage, okay, we are fine. The only thing I need now is to draw. Oh, I do not have any more left in my deck. Let's go ahead and play Loop. That will go off twice now. White Noise to get a power card. Start of your turn, add a random power card to your hand. Before we play that, we're going to use up some of the 0-cost cards in our hand here. Let's go ahead and play Dual Cast. That will give us plenty of armor here. Let's see what Creative AI has in store for us. Trigger another Lightning. Deal some damage here. 57. Nothing really to be concerned about. We have more than enough block to take care of the measly damage he will be offering up this turn. And I believe that is the end. Yes. Energy Potion, gain 2 energy, very nice. We have Rip and Tear, upgraded, deal 9 damage to a random enemy twice, more block and mana, or Streamline for 15 damage, reduce the cost of this card by 1 this combat. We're cycling through our deck at such a rate, I think that that's a good pickup here. Let's go ahead and head into the Bonfire to Smith. We can upgrade White Noise to a 0 cost. That plays in really well with our current strategy. Machine Learning to make this an innate card, starting in the hand at the beginning of combat. Draw 1 additional card. Capacitor to gain 3 orb slots instead of 2. I think that might be the winner. Alright, into the next fight here. Let's go ahead and play Defragment. I don't have any draw cards, so no need to worry about double energy here. Let's go ahead and make that a 0 cost. And we will leave it as is for now. I have been weakened. 5 damage he's about to do. Let's go ahead and play Defragment. That will make Charge Battery a 0 cost. Let's get some extra lightning going. Why not? Let's play Chaos. We have gained a Darkness Orb. At the end of the turn, increase the orb's damage by 9. And when evoked, deal 6 damage to the enemy with the lowest health. We will fully block all damage this turn. I doubt the Dark Orb will get to a very strong point. We will be cycling through our orbs at such a rate that it will not have time to properly build up. Another Charge Battery here for additional mana next turn. Let's go ahead and play Sweeping Beam to draw a card. Ball Lightning, I am okay with sending that to the discard pile. We still have access to quite a few power cards here that we could make use of on our following turn. $16 damage. Let's see what we can do. I have a Tempest. I do not have anything that will double my mana here, unfortunately. Let's go ahead and start off with Heat Sinks. Unfortunately, that did not affect Eco Form, which I will go ahead and play now. Let's go ahead and make use of our Energy Potion to use Defragment here. Machine Learning would be very nice to have. However, we are looking at 16 damage here. I only have 11 block. Let's go ahead and play Cool-Headed to draw some extra cards. Biased Cognition. Do we want 5 focus, or do we want an additional card each turn? I think we're going to go with Biased Cognition. And we get an extra defend out of it. Let's go ahead and do Sweeping Beam here. We drew Capacitor, unfortunate. What if I play Seek here? It will simply be destroyed. Okay. Unfortunate. We have more than enough block to handle this enemy's attack. Let's go into another Machine Learning here. We will get 2 of those due to Eco Form. We have 2 mana remaining. Let's throw in a couple of strikes here, as well as a zap. We dealt 72 damage due to having our Darkness Orb. Let's go ahead and channel 2 additional lightning here. $77 health remaining on the boss. Well, can't exactly call him a boss, we'll simply say enemy here. Alright, let's go ahead and go all out here. Double that. We've gained loop. Go play Capacitor because it's free. Into Streamline. Get some lightning damage. Cool-Headed because why not? Double our remaining energy because it's fun. Let's draw another card. And another one. We have 11 mana remaining, and the boss is done. Beam Cell, deal 3 damage, apply 1 vulnerable. Turbo, gain 3 mana, add a void into your discard. Deal 4 damage for each channeled orb. Barrage could be very powerful here, given how much we are channeling. However, I think having a turbo card would be nice. We still have not lost any health, so let's go ahead and smith a card here. Having Machine Learning start out in the initial hand would be nice. Having double energy cost 0 would be nice, but we also have Turbo upgraded, so no need to be concerned with that. White Noise costing 0 would be nice. Well, let's actually go ahead and start off with Machine Learning here in our hand each turn, or each combat I should say. Into the chest. Let's see what we have. Letter Opener. Every time you play 3 skills in a single turn, deal 5 damage to all enemies. We are going to be doing that quite a lot. Let's see what we have in the shop. Whenever you obtain a curse, increase your max health by 6. We cannot afford the mango, unfortunately, which would raise our max health by 14. Let's see what else we may have access to here. Static Discharge. Whenever you receive unblocked attack damage, channel 1 lightning. That plays into our power strategy. Let's go ahead and pick that up. Darkness, channel 1 dark. Do we have anything in the deck that we wish to remove? Not particularly. We will keep what we have. Panic Button, gain 30 block. You cannot gain block from cards for 2 turns. Lock-on targets receive 50% more damage from orbs. So picking up Bullseye would increase the damage done by orbs in the event that they strike the enemy by 50%. I am actually going to go ahead and pick up the energy potion here. Ooh, actually no, I take that back. I see fruit juice gives 5 max health. Let's go ahead and pick that up. Oh, we still have enough. Okay, let's pick it up anyway. Alright, into the next room. Alright, let's go ahead and apply machine learning here. And loop. We have changed his attack, so we will now only take 1 damage. $18 damage, it appears. Let's go ahead and play Heat Sinks. That will get our draw going. Defragment here. Into Biased Cognition. Into another upgraded defragment. Let's go ahead and pop our energy potion here to get another defragment. Static Discharge will now be free. Let's go ahead and play Streamline, get some cards out of the deck here. Static Discharge now gives us Eco Form. Unfortunately, we do not have enough mana to play that. Let's go ahead and use Charge Battery here. I do have a chance if I play Sweeping Beam to draw Turbo, which would give me 3 additional mana to play Eco Form. However, I do not want to take that chance. I'm going to instead play White Noise for Capacitor. Alright, Sweeping Beam is now a 0 cost. Let's go ahead and do that. Into Tempest. Unfortunate. We are looking at 12 damage here. Let's not play Steam Barrier. It will reduce the amount of block that it does. Do not want to decrease the effectiveness of that card yet. 40 damage we are looking at here. We have drawn an additional card. We have also picked up Turbo. We have 4 cards remaining here. We could get Capacitor for 3 orb slots, or Chaos. Double Energy is also on the table. Let's go ahead and play Cool-Headed here, see what we get. We have picked up Capacitor. It is a power card that will give us 3 orb slots. We have now reached the maximum, I believe. Strike is a 0 cost, so go ahead and get that out. We still have Seek available to us, but we don't have anything to draw, so let's go ahead and reshuffle our draw here. Eco Form is now in our hand. Let's go ahead and play Turbo. That will give us the opportunity to play that. Drawing 2 additional cards. What else do we have that we may need? We have another double energy here that costs 0. Let's go ahead and play Seek to pull that card, and Tempest. We will double our energy. We will double our energy once again. Let's go ahead and play Zap because it is free. And let's channel some Lightning. We have regained 2 of our mana. Streamline. And Chaos, because why not? Alright. Leap, 9 block. Barrage plus 6 damage for each channeled orb. Or Beam Cell, 3 damage, 1 vulnerable. Let's go ahead and pick up Barrage here. Since it's already upgraded, might as well. Ominous Forge. You duck into a small hut. Inside you find what appears to be a forge. The smithing tools are covered with dust, yet a fire roars. Inside the furnace, you feel on edge. Upgrade a card in your deck, or obtain a special relic. Warped Tongs. At the start of your turn, upgrade a random card in your hand for the rest of combat. That is each turn. That seems worth it, however I would have to get Cursed with Pain. whereas I already have most of the cards I wish to upgrade upgraded. Let us simply upgrade a card in the deck. We have Defragment, which we can push to 2 focus, Double Energy, which you can push to a no cost, Static Discharge, which would channel 2 lightning when damage is received. Let's go ahead and upgrade Defragment here, getting that extra focus. You decide to put the Forge to use, and clang, 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 improve your arsenal. Into the next question mark room here. We have 5 mana. We have Seek in our hand as well. Let's go ahead and double our energy. And we will pull from our deck here the Eco Form card. What else would I want here? I could pull another double energy here if I wanted to. Let's pull Heat Sinks here for the extra draw. Let's go ahead and play Heat Sinks. That will give us Machine Learning at no cost, which will give us Eco Form at no cost. And we now have Turbo. Let's go ahead and do that. Get the Frost going here. Sweeping Beam for an extra card. Bias Cognition. Defragment Plus. Loop. Capacitor. Defragment Plus. Fantastic. Now we have Turbo Plus for the extra mana. Let's lay in with what we have access to here. Clean out our hand a little bit. Alright, now we have some extra orb slots open. Let's go ahead and play Tempest. We have Sweeping Beam. Let's go ahead. And now Zap. Into Chaos. Fantastic. We have taken almost all of the enemy's health on the first turn. And we are now out of that combat. Fantastic. Hologram Plus, gain 5 block, put a card from your discard into your hand. That will greatly improve this deck. Let's go into the shop here. There isn't going to be much we can afford here, but definitely worth taking a look. We have Turbo here unupgraded to gain 2 additional mana. We have Buffer here to prevent the next time you would lose health. I cannot afford that, unfortunately. Let's go ahead and pick up Turbo here, or Tempest, actually. Might even be a better strategy. We have a great deal of mana already available to us. Let's go ahead and pick up Tempest. And we will go into the next Spire and upgrade a card. Let's go ahead and turn double energy into a 0 cost. Now we have 2 0 cost energy card, double energy, and a card that will give us 3 outright. Okay, let us go ahead and start off here with Capacitor into Machine Learning, Defragment into Sweeping Beam. We gained a Defend. Unfortunately, that is not to our benefit. We will take quite a bit of damage. And we will now draw 1 less card next turn. We, however, do make up for that with the power card that we played that will allow us to draw 1 additional. I have a hologram in my hand. Let's go ahead and play Cool-Headed here. See what we get. Turbo into Tempest. What a great play. Let's go ahead and play Hologram here to pick up double energy. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and play Steam Barrier here into a Ball Lightning, and that will end our turn automatically. We block most of this damage. go ahead and play White Noise here. It will give us Electrodynamics, making our Sweeping Beam cost 0. Let's push Defragment out. See what we get with Sweeping Beam. Charge Battery. Alright, we have 7 cards remaining that we can play on our following turn before he automatically ends our turn. 35 damage here. Let's go ahead and double the energy. We have Biased Cognition, which I believe we should play first to increase our damage potential. Is it worth losing one more orb to get Loop to go off? I think that it is. Let's go ahead and pop Tempest here. Get some block going. We've done a little bit of additional damage there. We can play one additional card next turn. We'll have to be careful of what we choose. We're down to 34 health. He is now going to heal himself. We have Static Discharge, or Cool-Headed for 1 Frost. Unfortunately, I cannot play Seek here. That will trigger the end of the turn. So let's simply play Static Discharge. Actually, the 15 damage from Streamline might be the best option. Yes, let's go ahead and do that. Ooh, down to 2 health before he heals. Not a bad turn. Alright, let's go ahead and play Heat Sinks here. That will make Defragment a 0 cost. Unfortunately, it hit dual cast instead of Eco Form, as I was hoping it would. Alright, let's go ahead and channel a couple of orbs. Wonderful, we channeled 1 Frost out of that. Gain a little bit of block. Double cast our front lightning orb. This will hurt a little bit, but we should survive, no problem. 80 more damage on the boss in order to finish this. Go ahead and play Static Discharge. We now have access to Seek. We can pull out Eco Form if we wanted to. I don't necessarily think that we need to here, though. Why not? Let's go ahead and pull out Barrage and Eco Form. Barrage should finish this fight. Alright, we have successfully defeated the Floor 3 boss. A deep pulsing dread can be felt throughout the room. Is this the heart of the Spire? The source of this evil? You charge your core to its maximum. You deal 643 damage. The heart squirms and bleeds, but is ultimately still pounding. Are your mightiest attacks not enough? You ask yourself, have I been here before? You feel that you have dealt a total of 10,193 damage to the heart. A total of 14,636,643,707 damage has been dealt by all who have challenged it. The heart pulses louder and louder as your consciousness fades. Victory? Question mark? We have unlocked a couple of new cards here. We have Hyper Beam. Deal 26 damage to all enemies, but you lose 3 focus. Recycle. Exhaust a card, gain mana equal to its cost. And Core Surge. Deal 11 damage, gain 1 artifact. Alright. And now we have unlocked the heart as a final boss to fight. Alright, and with that, that brings us to the end of today's playthrough. Thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to like and subscribe, it helps my channel out a lot. Or feel free to check me out on Twitch and toss me a follow for more. Alright, until next time.